from Los Angeles, California, or the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Oh, hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft, joined once again by a man who has no pants or undies on and is currently getting his boner jacked by an army of Keebler elves. That's Jeff Clark.
Hey, what's up?
And transmitting to us from underneath a pile of Cabbage Patch dolls, the bearded booger-eating collector known as Shuddy Boy.
Ooh.
And joining us, once again, a man who was tapped out by a hot dog, the MSPH Wrestling Commissioner.
Twice.
Dom Vitti. Welcome back.
How's it going, everybody?
So, when you
Thanks for having me.
when you were getting choked out by a hot dog at an Eagles game, if Shuddy Boy had pulled out his phone and started documenting it, would that have pissed you off?
I don't know if it would have. I would have been a little bit upset. I don't want it to piss me off, but I'm like,
Dude, I'm dying here.
Yeah, I'm dying. Come on, help me out.
What if he was filming you while slapping you on the back trying to get the hot dog out?
That would have been fine.
All right.
You could have done that.
So, Shuddy, just keep that in your hat next time Dom chokes on a hot dog at an Eagles game.
I will keep that in mind for this upcoming season.
If you're gonna film, you got to help while filming.
That's fair.
Yeah, just burp you, then get the footage.
Yeah.
Bring it back. We'll
I
put it
just
on
have to be
MSPH.
like this.
Huh.
Yeah.
Dom, would you mind signing this release form?
Jeez, Dom. I would not have taken you to the hospital. I would have called you a pussy until the hot dog was spit up.
Yeah, it's rough.
Well, I didn't take him to the hospital.
Oh, right. Well, the ambulance.
The ambulance
Yeah.
did.
I wouldn't have met you at the hospital. I would have texted you,
Yeah.
you're a pussy.
I'm still paying for that ride.
Whoa. Yikes.
Yeah.
Like financially, you're saying?
Yes.
Oh,
the
no.
ride and the emergency room. Yeah. Well.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So
You couldn't make a plea on social media to get, like, Ben Roethlisberger to pay for it?
I mean,
That's a football player.
He could afford it. He does play the right sport.
And
And
even
he
in the
is
right
on
state.
a team in the state.
Yeah.
Like you
No
you
shit!
are. Like you like,
You're close.
Did I? Oh, I didn't nail it.
No,
You were in-
no, not
you were
really.
in spitting distance.
But
For sure.
you got so close that you pretty much nailed it. I think what
Yeah.
it did was like, I think Roethlisberger, you thought like burger and hot dogs, and that's kind of why your brain picked him first.
Yeah. There
And then
you go.
the other stuff just kind of you got lucky with. But
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
I'll take small victories where I can. Suck on my dick!
well, I'm happy that you're okay, and I'm
Yeah,
sorry about
thanks.
your medical troubles.
Thanks.
Anything we can do at
That's-
GoFundMe, and we'll have no context. MSPH tweeted out.
But everything's better now. Ever since I had the test done and everything like that. Like they had to stick a tube down my throat, take a biopsy of my esophagus, and I got a biopsy of my thyroid and everything. Like 'cause I have an enlarged thyroid, so it's a lot of tests, but it's all over with now. So
Jesus
I'm on the road
Christ.
to recovery. Yeah, it's insane. I had to get a needle jammed into my neck
All because of a
after
hot
the
dog?
tube. Yeah, well, they wanted the biopsy of my thyroid because they said it was enlarged, so that could be contributing to swallowing issues, coupled with the esophagus issue that I have also. So it's
I don't know. You had real
the
medical
one
concerns
thing
with
that
this.
the one thing that has caused
Yeah.
Dom the most trauma in all of this is that he is no longer able to eat as much ketchup as he has grown accustomed to in his 42 years on this earth.
Oh,
yeah,
my
or
God.
Frank's hot sauce. I would always put that on pretty much everything, and I can manage it now. I can manage the issue now with eating the right stuff. I changed my diet up and everything.
You
So
went
it's-
vegan? Pussy.
I went out for lunch with Dom a couple weeks ago, and there was enough ketchup in the ketchup bottle that in all the years we've been friends, Dom would have picked it up, shook it, and said, "This is not enough ketchup."
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean,
when
I
I handed
remember going on road trips with Dom and stopping at like a diner or something, and your sister like screaming at you over the amount of ketchup you would put on your fries and stuff.
Yeah,
like Dom
I would
would
always
just be
do a
like
ketchup check.
like 2 bottles at a time, double fisting ketchup, squirting them on the fries, and Dane's like, Dominic!
I love ketchup too, though. And this is you have to lay off the ketchup because of your throat or your thyroid.
Just any the throat, basically for any triggers like acid, caffeine, carbonated drinks.
Why do you have acid reflux, or do you have like a big heartburn problem?
Yeah, well, that, and now they have me on medication for that because it was so many years of not taking the right. That's why I switched my doctors up, because the doctor I had previously never thought enough to give me prescriptions for this stuff. So I'm on the right medication now.
Is it heartburn meds or thyroid meds?
It's heartburn. It's like acid blockers. It blocks all the acid and everything.
Fuck, dude, I got to get on that too.
I'm on that twice a day. I was on it once a day and it didn't seem to work. So then they switched it to twice a day. And then I'm just managing it now. I'm just trying to limit my caffeine, limit, ketchup, acid, and dairy. I'm doing all like non-dairy, like almond milk. I'm doing all non-dairy stuff, non-dairy yogurt.
Fucking age makes bitches out of all of us.
Yeah. Kevin, you are 4 months away from just the complete falling apart piece by piece of your body.
No, I know. That's why I'm getting ahead of things. That's why I'm eating healthy now and fucking stinking Jeff and little mama out with my farts.
Yeah, they're healthy. They're healthy, stinky farts. Like the worst. It's not even fun.
Yeah, it smells like granola and cow shit.
Terrible. That's like hanging out with a farm animal.
So, Dom, have you... Man, I have so many questions now because I know how much of a ketchup addict you are. I feel like that's an angle of Dom we've never visited on the show. Like, I've always said you are one of the most on-brand people I've ever met. Like, I've known you for over 20 years. You are the exact same human being that I met 22 years ago.
Yeah.
By the way, happy belated 3/11 day.
Thank you.
Shuddy, what did you get him?
I didn't get him anything. I didn't even say happy 3/11 day to him.
Wow.
Because I'm a terrible friend.
What a terrible hetero life mate.
I did listen to the Blue album though on Friday, so
nice. I listened to Mosaic.
I did at least celebrate.
That's the one I'm on the cover of. They did a fan, like you submit your picture and it's all like thousands of fan photos, and they put it into one big collage, and they put it on the album cover. So if you zoom in real close, you can actually see me on the album cover.
Wait, can you like point out where your picture is, or do you just know that they selected yours?
Yeah, do you know your square?
I know where it is. Yeah, I know where it is.
I hope you did like a Teen Wolf, and if you zoom in close enough, your nuts are hanging out of your pants. But okay, so how has life been since decimating your ketchup intake? Is life worth living still?
Yes. Yep.
At least
ketchup?
And at least 3/11 doesn't agitate your heartburn.
Yeah, I do miss it, but I just put a little bit on here and there, but I don't douse my stuff with ketchup anymore. But the doctor said it could be a combination of things. So I have to log everything I eat now. So he said basically I use the MyFitnessPal app. So that basically he said log everything you eat. He goes, it could be caused by, if it flares up again after I'm taking this medicine, he said it could be caused by allergy, like a food allergy, or it could be caused by external allergies like mold or anything like external, something in the air,
dust
mold.
And shit.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much. So I log everything I eat, and he said if it starts to feel like it's hard to swallow again, then you have to just start eliminating foods.
Man,
as ridiculous as that is, and if nothing helped after that, then the worst case scenario would be they had to put me on steroids for the rest of my life.
Well, then you'd be jacked at least.
Yeah.
Swole.
Yeah, you're gonna win every MSPH Wrestling match you're in.
Yeah,
except for against a hot dog, of course.
I need a win after that freaking loss. Now he's Spat's problem this time around.
Oh shit!
Oh no, Spat. The hot dog's gonna attack Spat.
Yeah.
So I've documented my heartburn issues here and on the Ella show, and Jeff's witnessed it in person. I get this stuff where I feel it forming in my chest, and I'm like, oh no, here we go. And then every time I like swallow, it moves up a little bit more. and then it feels like something is ripping my throat apart as it goes up. And I've even gotten times where like
too.
I feel like I'm gonna burp, and then if I burp, a whole bunch of foam comes up. Like I barf up foam.
Sounds similar to mine. I never barfed up foam, but I had that weird feeling in the chest where it just feels like it's coming up, and just how you described it, and it was terrible. It was
like
awful.
the one that Jeff was here for, and like actually witnessed in person here in this apartment. I like turned purple and keeled over, and usually it lasts like 5 to 7 minutes. This one went on for like 15, 20 minutes. It was the longest it's ever gone for. I was like, it felt like somebody just forced my jaw open and poured lava down my throat. And it was just like ripping me apart. It was fucking insanely painful. And I went to a doctor, and they said the same thing, like, limit acidy stuff, chill out on coffee. If I take like over-the-counter heartburn pills every day, I have no issues whatsoever. And the doctor was like, okay, well then keep doing that. But like, I heard that stuff is bad. Like it's bad to take heartburn pills every single day. Yeah. But if I fucking stop, it's back to hell.
So one of my college roommates actually has a pending lawsuit because he got cancer by taking Tums or heartburn.
No fucking way.
Like he didn't
why
take
would
Tums.
You, even if this is true and possible, why of all people would you tell that story to Mr. Neuroses?
Well, because who needs
to take over the counter heartburn medication every day, and now you're putting the thought of cancer.
To be honest,
next week he's going to be dying of cancer. Right. Thanks, Jeff.
My thing is that I just felt like there was too much time that passed where I didn't say anything, and and this just dawned on me, so I figured I'd say it. But
well, no, honestly, that's exactly what I read. Why you're not supposed to take these fucking pills every day.
Yeah.
But the doctor was like, look, if it's keeping you from turning purple and keeling over and barfing up foam.
Do you want that or cancer? Because we can cut cancer out. We can cut that out.
You have a prescription, Kevin? The doctor gave you a prescription? Or you just eat take over-the-counter stuff?
Yeah, I just take over-the-counter stuff. But now
that's what I was doing, too.
Now I kind of want to check out that prescription stuff. Because like they sent me to a doctor, and they're like, you really should get a camera shoved down your throat to see if there's any polyps or cancerous shit, because heartburn and acid reflux irritates your throat, and that can cause cancer cells to form, and that's how like a lot of people get throat cancer and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I went, and the guy fucking analyzed me and stuff, and he's like, yeah, you're gonna have to come in for an endoscopy. And then like, of course I'm thinking about my ass too, and I'm like, should we shove a camera up my ass? He's like, let's get you fucking
spit roasted.
Let's get you spit roasted. So I'm like, all right, well, let's just, if you're gonna knock me out and fucking throat fuck me, you might as well fuck my ass too. Let's just get all this horribleness.
Wait, so you're asleep for this?
I think so.
Yeah, you're out. Yep.
Okay.
And then the procedure is like 15 minutes and you're done.
Oh, if I can't feel it and I'm sleeping, do whatever you need to.
Yeah.
That was my problem, Kevin, though, for not taking over prescription medicines for so long, and I was eating so much hot stuff. All that acid reflux like damaged my esophagus. It was so damaged that there was something called an esophageal ring at the bottom of the esophagus that they had to literally stretch it out. They had to get rid of these things, stretch them out.
It's like a throat butthole.
Yeah. So then they have me, and then they put me on this acid blocker medicine. They said, take this once a day originally, they said. And then they said, if it doesn't seem to help, call us and we'll change a prescription to have you try twice a day. So they did. Jesus. And that's the magic. That's the ticket right there.
Man, anybody who's like 33 and younger listening to this, live it the fuck up.
Yeah.
Woo!
Seriously.
Man, it really takes the spice out of life once you pass like 35 and have to start dealing with shit like this.
Yeah, you get fucking spit roasted by cancer doctors.
Yeah, it's like shit. If I'm out, hey, do one down my throat and get two up my ass to just be really sure you don't miss anything.
Yeah, just take advantage of me while I'm passed out, for God's sakes. Give me the fucking results or the answers I need.
Yeah, just don't give me any Arabian eye goggles.
Yeah, don't mushroom stamp me. Don't be dicks.
You get pain in your stomach at all? Like, you get like these random like. Because I would get like just pain in my stomach that would just feel real weird, and it would just come and go.
No,
and that's what the doctor said. He goes, if it's pain in your stomach, it'd be caused by esophagus problems.
So they shove a camera up your ass too?
No, they said 45 is when they want to do that because family history, it's possible at risk, so they want to do it at 45. Yay! Can't wait.
Oh man. Yeah, I actually was like in the process of setting it up to get the endoscopy. And when the guy gave me a referral and I was like, how much is it going to cost? He's like, $200. I was like, okay, cool. And then I went to the guy and started setting things up. And then he told, I was like, so this is going to be like $200, right? And he's like, no. What? $200? Oh, no, dude, you're fucked. So I told him to go fuck himself and I never got it done.
Yeah.
I probably should, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that's probably the path I'm going to take too. I can't spend out of pocket that much for medical stuff.
No, especially and that was when I had good fucking health insurance. I could go and be seen at Cedars-Sinai. Now I have bitch ass Obamacare, and I'm really up shit's creek now.
Yeah, I mean, my plan is just like, I'll handle cancer if it gets bad, right?
Then I die,
and then then we do a GoFundMe. I try to rob a bank. I don't know. How do people pay medical bills nowadays? I don't know. I guess I have someone who I can reach out to, Dom, who's still fucking paying for the hot dog attack. So,
yep.
Do you think all the acid reflux eroded parts of your esophagus and made little pockets, and that's where the hot dog got stuck?
Yeah. Well, I saw pictures. They took pictures of it inside, and I saw it. It was all like red and shredded up and stuff inside. Yeah, it's.
Oh, it looked like a side of brisket.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did they let you drink like a lot of tea?
Do I drink a lot of tea?
Like, do you have to now? Like stuff that will like soothe your throat?
Not really. I just drink. I cut out the carbonated stuff and caffeine. You have to cut it. So I'll have 1 cup of coffee a day max, and I'll have like Sprite or root beer if I have a soda. But I don't drink that much soda anymore. But because they're caffeine free, so that's what I have now.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mostly drink a lot of water. So
just a depressing start to this podcast.
Yeah, really.
Talking about medical issues.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, Dom. I'm sorry you got choked out by the hot dog, but it might have been a blessing in disguise to lead to the discovery of all this other stuff that you can get ahead of and prevent from getting any worse.
Exactly.
And you and Shuddy can keep on making What the Fuck Did I Just Watch episodes for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
we didn't get to record this week because somebody was at Monster-Mania.
We're doing next weekend. You're good next weekend?
Yeah, I can do next weekend.
Right.
Can you guys tease which movie you're doing?
Yes.
I can't because I don't know yet.
You knew it's coming. You know it's coming. Take a guess. New York Ninja. You knew that one was coming.
Who's in New York Ninja?
Not even a tease. It's just straight up reveal right there. It's just a bunch of random actors, but it was a movie that they lost all the audio for, and it was actually filmed in the early 80s. They lost all the audio, and then they re-recorded audio with voice actors who are in other Vinegar Syndrome films. So like Linnea Quigley, one of my favorites, she does the voice for one of the characters, and a bunch of other people. So there it is. Kevin's got a copy.
Yeah. So this was put out by, what's it called? The Vinegar Project?
Vinegar Syndrome.
Vinegar Syndrome, yeah. So like they found all these reels. This guy was like a big star in Asia and tried to make like a breakout American movie. And for some reason they just never finished it. And these people got the reels, restored it, like Dom said, re-recorded the vocals, and then put it out in this like crazy Blu-ray packaging with a fucking booklet, and it's
awesome.
It's all done out, and man, if you're a fan of like shitty movies, this is a great shitty movie.
And they had a booth.
Actually, say it's a good movie? Would you go that far?
I will say so. On Letterboxd, I gave this 4 dicks.
Like, how many fucking people have the collector's edition of New York Ninja?
Well, it's the only version that's out there.
Yeah, this is the only way you can watch it.
Yeah, I would say it's a good movie. I also rate it 4 stars.
But it's terrible, but it's funny the whole way through. You're just laughing at how awful it is.
And most of it's because they lost the audio, or was it going to just be terrible anyways?
I don't know. I mean, Dom and I have both seen it. There's not good action.
Okay.
It's very 80s. It's very B-movie, and I have a feeling
martial arts.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the redubbing they did was very, very close to what the original was.
Yeah, like they had no idea what was happening, and they tried to, just by reading the lips, they tried to like splice it together in the order it was filmed, and yeah.
It's hysterical.
But
There's
so good.
There's nobody alive. We're talking about it way too much if we're going to be doing this on What the Fuck Did I Just Watch. But there's literally nobody alive with enough knowledge of the original to have helped put this together.
Well, the star of it is still alive.
Yeah, he wanted nothing to do with it, though. Nothing to do with the restoration. They couldn't. It was hard for them to track him down, and then once they were able to find him, he wanted absolutely nothing to do with it.
He slammed the door in their face.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I'm done with New York Ninja. It's something I don't ever want to remember or relive.
Well, speaking of reliving things, have any of you guys caught that clip going around the internet of this little kid on a daytime talk show in the 90s going full pearl clutching on Batman Returns?
No.
Oh, holy shit. Jeff Clark, you are about to meet your least favorite human on earth.
Do you have the video? Do you have the audio?
I got the audio of it. So
Okay.
It was, let me see, I made a note to give these people credit. There's a Twitter account called @FoundFootage, and I guess they just dig up like goofy old school stuff that's been long forgotten or weird, or I guess like commercials from the 80s and 90s that are very silly and dated by today's standards. And they found, I don't even know what talk show this is. It's like, this had to have been when Donahue and Oprah were huge, and they're like, oh, everything on TV has to be this format. And everybody just got one of those fucking talk shows where they would fill the audience and, Jerry Springer style. No clue who this woman was, but she talks to this fucking kid.
Couldn't be Ricky Lake.
It's not, no.
It's not Sally Jesse Raphael?
Nope.
Not Jenny Jones.
No.
You know all the heavy hitters, and you don't know this person, is what I'm gathering.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah.
Right,
So, no clue who this person is, but this kid straight up fucking narcs out Batman Returns and goes full, like, pearl-clutching politician. I can't believe this. You're going to shit your pants. Let me know when you want me to pause it, because it's a minute-long clip, and there's so much
There's a lot
to
to unpack.
digest in this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Danny, what did you think of the movie?
It was very violent. It was a total attack against kids, the whole movie. Everything that kids love was being used against them.
Like what?
Clowns, even the penguin had a ducky boat. And
Things that...
I already want to, like, put this kid to death via atomic wedgie.
Okay. I actually, for whatever reason, I thought Batman Returns was the one with Mr. Freeze. That's Batman Forever, right? Batman Returns is with
Nope,
Michelle.
that's Batman and Robin.
Yeah, this is the one with Danny DeVito as Penguin.
Right, Michelle.
The second Tim Burton movie.
Okay.
kids could identify with.
presents and mobiles. All
What the fuck's a mobile?
I don't know.
A mobile is the
Is that
things
the thing?
that hangs and for babies and spins.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Like, this kid's pissed
Yeah.
off that the Penguin had, like, an evil version of that. What a fucking nerd.
Well, he's stunted in growth, and he's into, I don't know, weird things. It's the fucking Penguin, kid.
Yeah.
mobiles. All that type of stuff were using to hurt kids and capture kids. Penguin's total goal was to hurt kids.
You think it was scary then?
Definitely for kids.
Yeah, for you?
I was actually a little bit scared, and I have never been scared of a movie like this before.
Yeah.
I came out of Terminator 2, fine. It's just not
So that kid was okay with, like, a dad getting stabbed through the face by a long metal blade while he's drinking out of a milk carton. And, like, I don't know, Terminator slicing his flesh open and ripping it off from the elbow down to the hand.
Not too violent.
No, that was perfectly fine for this kid.
Because they didn't use things that kids like for the violence. That's what it
Oh,
was.
what about when Sarah Connor is having that nightmare and all the kids get burned alive at a playground by a nuclear blast?
You are very right.
This little fucking son of a bitch.
Yeah, they needed you there to argue with
Fucking
this little
hypocrite.
kid.
Yeah, give me a time machine. God damn it.
Put this fucker in his place.
I mean, so I think Batman. Dom, do you know when Batman Returns came out? Was that like 92?
Right around there, yeah. 91 or 92.
This kid looks like he's about 9 or 10. It's about the age I was. I was always a very, very skinny, scrawny kid, but I'm 99% sure 10-year-old me could beat the fuck out of this kid.
92.
92. Okay, yeah. So I was 9 or
it.
10. This kid's age, I bet you I could beat the ever-living shit out of him then. And I could probably beat the fuck out of him right now, too.
What does he
as
look
a 39-year-old. A little bitch.
Okay.
Whatever you're
An
picturing
easy
in
win.
your head is like, there's no
I'm thinking
way.
Squints from Sandlot.
I'm not familiar enough with Sandlot to know.
Fair
but
enough. Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind right now this kid is like a politician in a southern state trying to ban rap music or some stupid shit.
Yeah, saying gun violence
Yeah.
is the result of death metal.
No
Some
matter how
dumb
many
shit.
times I've seen that movie, it's my favorite Batman movie. I never once thought about any of that stuff. It never once crossed my mind that they're doing this kid stuff to scare kids and using all this stuff they love against them. And
It's an attack
what?
on kids.
Real quick though, can you give us the power rankings of your Batman movies?
Batman Returns, the first Batman.
So you got
Bat-
two Michael Keaton movies ahead of every other Batman.
Easily.
Oh, easily. Okay.
The Dark Knight.
Are you a
This is my
huge Tim
third.
Burton fan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Dark Knight is the third. And then they all pretty much kind of suck after that.
Oh shit!
Wait,
The Batman is okay. I gave that one 2.5.
2.5.
No, I'm sorry, 3.5. 3.5. That one was all right.
The one that recently came
No,
out.
I was thinking about Mark's rating. My friend Mark, he gave it 2.5.
Holy
Mark
shit.
only gave it 2.5.
He did.
Oh,
Yeah, we
my
weren't
goodness.
thrilled with it.
All right. Well, real quick, what didn't you like about that? Are you gonna sound like this fucking kid who Kevin wants to
No,
retroactively beat up?
It ruined all the things I like hot dogs and
All
ketchup.
right, well, here, I'll give you Dom's. I'll read you Dom's Letterboxd D review, and
Perfect.
then we
Okay.
can let him. I mean,
Clear up all the
expound on it.
confusion.
well,
Yeah.
here, Shuddy, let me cue this up for you then.
Letterboxd D, it's Letterboxd D, the D stands for Dom. It's the Letterboxd D game.
So not exactly a game, just a recap, but
I'll read you Mark's review first
no shit.
because this is the shortest review I've ever seen him do. Excitement 20%, intrigue 15%, repetition 10%, extreme boredom 35%, fatigue 10%. Zoe Kravitz able to distract from boredom with story 10%. And that is all Mark has to say about the movie.
Wow, I don't even have the math skills to decipher that review.
Yeah. It's like a fucking algebra.
Well, that adds up to 100.
I'll take your word for it.
Got it.
All right.
But Dom's review was not enough Catwoman and too much Riddler. The last 45 minutes or so dragged for me, but overall enjoyed watching the Batman. Nothing will ever top Batman Returns for me.
So, how do you compare Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman to Michelle Pfeiffer?
The second best Catwoman, I would say.
So, better than Anne Hathaway?
Yes.
Dude, we were talking about Dark Knight Rises and Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. And I had zero recollection of Anne Hathaway in that movie. I completely forgot about that character.
Really?
I completely forgot about Anne Hathaway in that role. And then
Oh, wow.
we started, it was me, my brother, I think it was just me and my brothers. And then they went through the other characters in the movie. And I remembered all of them. I even remember Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh yeah,
I
he's
have
great.
no recollection of
There's
Anne
no fear in
Hathaway in
control.
that movie. And it kind of dawned on me, I might not like that movie that much. I'm going to have to go
See?
rewatch it because if I don't remember one of the main characters, which reportedly she is, I don't know. I don't remember. Apparently I didn't like that movie as much as I thought I did.
I've seen Dark Knight Rises probably 5 times. I have to keep watching it because it's like, how do I not like this movie? And then every time I watch it, I'm like, yeah, it just doesn't really do anything for me.
I even remember fucking Littlefinger. from the fucking plane in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing. Honestly, I have no idea about Anne Hathaway in that movie. So you got Michelle Pfeiffer one, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said. It's going to hinge on how good Zoe Kravitz is as Catwoman. She was awesome. Like, I just wanted to see more of her. And like I feel like literally the last 45 minutes of the movie just dragged after the Riddler was seen. And it just really, I thought it was going to be ending shortly after that, or it should have ended shortly after that. And it just kept going and going.
So the Gotham City Square arena thing, just too much. You didn't need any.
Too much.
Gotcha.
Didn't need it.
Understood.
Yeah.
I don't hate that take. I do think you scored the movie too low, but you're showing your math a lot like Mark Rooster did with his percentages, where I kind of lost in. But
Well, Dom, I hope you're prepared for some rage because this kid does address Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Terminator 2,
skanky.
fine. It's just not for younger kids. Penguin always had goop coming out of his mouth.
Goop coming out of his mouth.
yeah, you can't deal with that, you little bitch.
I mean, Dom.
You're a fucking kid. You always have goop coming out of every one of your orifices.
Wait, why does he have goop coming out of his asshole?
I don't remember childhood like you do.
I'm
Wait a
trying
second.
here, guys.
How did
I've
you
had a
guys?
day.
How did you guys eat Laffy Taffy? All right, hold on. This little bitch. Okay, Dom,
This little fucker.
you've seen Batman Returns probably more than anybody here. Do you know what he's talking about with Penguin having goop coming out of his mouth?
When he's eating the fish, probably.
Oh, just like
With his just chomping
Saliva
on that
and stuff.
fish.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he's slobbering. He's, I kind of get what he means, but
why is he frightened of goop?
it's a stupid point. I thought, like, the idea was the bad guy was supposed to be kind of scary. I guess, it is a bit of a departure from the Joker, who's almost charming, but whatever. I mean, I don't know. But I continue with this kid's stupid fucking point.
This little fucking coward.
Not for younger kids. Penguin always had goop coming out of his mouth. Catwoman took her claws and played tic-tac-toe on a man's face.
And how many times have you seen it?
I saw it twice to get a real good view of it.
This kid grew up and voted for Donald Trump because Mike Pence was on the ticket, not because he liked Donald Trump, which is the worst reason to have voted for Donald Trump. This little fucker.
Yeah, I wonder where this kid's life has taken him. He's got to be like
He's
a
on
church
opioids.
ministry leader, or like he's out there being a professional wet blanket. This kid took this like 15 minutes of fame and definitely turned it into a career of ruining fun for other people.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
It's probably Butters'
Definitely.
father. He's got that type of vibe to him.
Yeah. So shout out to @foundfootage on Twitter who found this clip, and hopefully people find this man. He's got to be 39 or 40 right now, well above the age where it's okay to beat him up, and I kind of like to beat him up for his past crimes.
Yeah, looks like a real bitch. You'll know him right when you see him. Just punch him right in the side of the fucking head.
So Dom, we touched on it earlier. You went. So what was this? You go to like these horror movie conventions.
Mm-hmm.
What was this one called?
It's called Monster-Mania.
Monster-Mania.
Yeah.
So does it combine monsters and wrestling?
There is some wrestling stuff there. It's mostly horror. It's mostly like a horror film convention and just like pop culture kind of stuff, but it's mostly horror and sci-fi.
Who were the biggest names there?
The biggest names was they had a Dexter reunion. So it was Michael C. Hall, Jennifer Carpenter, C.S. Lee, James Remar, who also played Raiden in Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he
what
was
I
in
know
the
him
Warriors,
from.
right?
Yep. He was in
The
the
Warriors,
Warriors.
yep.
What else was he in? I like
There-
James Remar.
He's in every. He was in. We just did a review.
He's kind of like that guy. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, that guy.
Yeah,
You know
he's a
what I mean?
really good character actor. We just reviewed a Van Damme movie he was in on the Ella Show called The Quest. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. He basically just
No.
ripped himself off on Bloodsport.
I want to say this guy probably does a lot of like
Or
voice
kickboxer.
voice acting. Like, he has a sick voice.
He does, but he's got like a fuckload of acting credits too. Dude's been in everything. And even though I had seen The Warriors, the first thing that ever stood out for me was him as Dexter's dad. And then I just, watched all these movies again that I had loved and be like, oh, Dexter's dad has been in all of this shit I've been watching all along. That's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
honestly, he hasn't been in anything that I've really recognized for the past, like, fucking... I mean, I'm scrolling past 2014 now. Jeez, this guy, he's still working. I feel like he should be in good movies. I like this dude. All right,
I think he does a lot of B movies, but like, I don't know if you're
Bruce Willis's villain.
If that's your shit, man, you just work consistently and you get a good life out of it. So he's a G. I like him in everything he does.
He played a U.S. general in X-Men First Class, and I remember that. I remember that. That's what I remember him last. All right.
So you have no recollection of Anne Hathaway as Catwoman.
No, I can't put her there. I can't put her there.
But you remember James Remar as just some background American general in X-Men: The Last
You know who does
love
stand
it.
out though is James Remar and Carrie Ewells.
So Dom, have you seen the Dexter revival series?
No, I have not. I actually have just started recently watching Dexter. I have not. I've watched just the part of the first season just to get familiar with the cast before going because I've never seen it. Probably one of the few.
Dexter 1 through 4 is fucking epic television.
Nice.
It's fucking fantastic. And then every season past that gradually just gets worse and worse and stumbles to a Game of Thrones level bumbling finale. And then
That sucks.
Then they announced this like revival series, and it's on Showtime, and I already have enough streaming services, so I want to watch that Yellow Jacket show. That's supposed to be really good. I want to see Dexter. My sister watched the new season of Dexter and said it was awesome. So I do want to check it out. But did you go to their panel or whatever?
I didn't go. No, I didn't go to the panel. I didn't really want to hear any spoilers just in case I finish it. So that's why I didn't go to the panel. And Mark also didn't go to the panel. But we did see him. We went to the autograph room. We did see them. We didn't see Michael C. Hall. He was in his own private room somewhere else. I had no idea where he even was, but he was there. So he didn't even stay at the hotel. Mostly the guests stay at the hotel where the convention is for the weekend, but he didn't stay there.
No shit. Was this in Philly?
Too famous. Yeah, it's at Cherry Hill, New Jersey, which is right over the Ben Franklin Bridge. Yeah, right outside of Philly.
I know Cherry Hill well.
Yeah. Stephen Dorff was also there.
What?
From The Gate. That's the only thing I know him from. But
or Blade.
Judgment Night? No.
Never saw Judgment Night.
You don't need to.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
Well, I mean, it sounds like it could be on What the Fuck Did I Just Watch?
But I mean, Deacon Frost from Blade. You've seen Blade, right, Dom?
Not in a long time. I might have seen it once, a long, long time ago. But I need a refresher on that.
They just put all 3 Blade movies up on like HBO Max or something. And
oh, sweet!
I can't
check it out.
I can't say much for Blade 2 and 3. I mean, 2 is definitely way better than 3, but Blade 1 is a fucking beast of a movie. I fucking love that movie.
They're doing a reboot with Mahershala Ali, right?
Yeah.
When's that? So they say.
When's that? Oh, okay. It's not.
Well, the Easter egg in Eternals is you don't see him, but you hear Mahershala Ali's voice.
Oh.
So he has already appeared, technically, in the Marvel Universe.
Does he say, I am Blade or anything like that? Or do you just kind of... You're just supposed to be reading the insider information and know it?
No. I think he says...
Always bet on black.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong Wesley Snipes movie. No, he says some shit. It was so nerd. It even out nerded me. I had to fucking Google it.
Oh, okay.
Like, what are these goofballs doing? Did you get to meet Stephen Dorff, Dom?
I did not. No, I didn't get to meet him. No, but they like you go around, you get in line, you get pay for their autographs, and then you can get something signed, and then they have Q&A panels, which you can go to and just listen, ask questions, hear what they have to say about their experiences and working on movies and whatever. You can just ask whatever question.
Dude, Q&A panels are fucking nightmares. When I first moved to LA, like there's if you're a movie nerd or even any kind of nerd, a comedy nerd, a comic book nerd, if you're passionate about anything, probably minus sports, there's cool shit happening in LA around it. So when I first moved here, I was overwhelmed and just tried to do everything I saw pop up. Like I went and saw Kevin Smith do a screening of, I think it was Red State, that movie he did. And I stayed for a Q&A afterwards, and I walked out. It went on for so long, and these Q&As, man, they got to get Wrap It Up music for some of these motherfuckers, because every single person that Kevin Smith went to, they had to go through their entire life story and like how Kevin Smith movies changed their life. And like every person had like a 20-minute story, and nobody cut them off. And then they would go to ask their question, and it was something fucking stupid. It would be like, so,
It's been 10 minutes sucking him off and then end it with a random question.
10 minutes sucking his dick, 10 minutes telling their life story, and then, so, what was it like making Mallrats? Oh! Oh! I
When
had
the
to
fuck
get
is
up and leave.
Mallrats 2 coming out?
That got scrapped. Now it's
What?
Clerks 3.
Oh, so it just got scrapped completely.
Yeah, because I remember following the updates when Kevin Smith was like writing it. And I think the last bastion of hope for that was Cinemax, and then Cinemax passed on it, so he just dropped. This is just like me going through my, bong resin riddled memory banks, but I'm pretty sure that's how it played out. But
Sounds legit.
Clerks 3 is shot and filmed. Like the woman who cuts my hair was
That's right.
is in Clerks.
Yeah.
So I remember she was telling me, she's like, yeah, I'm going to be gone for a couple weeks. I'm going back to Jersey to shoot my scenes for Clerks 3. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, Dom, do you ever ask questions at these Q&As? Are you one of those guys that tells a 20-minute life story and then fillets the director and then asks a question?
No, I didn't, but Mark asked 2 questions. So we saw 3 panels. We saw the Roger L. Jackson panel, the voice of Ghostface, and it was awesome.
From Scream?
He was doing the freaking voice, man, like pretty much half the time. Like he was just talking like Ghostface. It was awesome.
Oh man, it would be awesome if he's really leaning into it and loves taking requests to do Ghostface voices. If we got him to record lines like, Dookie boy, the cocksucker is a pussy.
Yeah. Why are you coming at me first?
I don't know.
All right, fair enough.
So Mark, he said he first he practiced with voice acting as a puppeteer. And Mark, he asked him a goofy question. The second ReAnimator panel, I think he just wanted to get a laugh, but he asked him, he goes, have you ever had any frightening or supernatural experiences with the puppets? Of any of the puppets? And then everybody started laughing, and he goes, well, only in the Twilight Zone. That's what he said. That was his answer.
Oh my God.
But he did say that they asked, people asked the question, what's your favorite Scream movie? What's your least favorite Scream movie? He said favorite Scream 1 was his favorite, and he said none of them are his least favorite.
Oh,
God,
God, what a politician.
I like to eat. I like food. I like to have food on my table. So none of them are my least favorite.
That's a solid answer.
Yeah. And the ReAnimator panel.
Oh,
he did get. Oh, I'll go back to Roger L. Jackson. He got pretty emotional talking about Wes Craven because somebody asked him, how was it like with him? And he said that, was a great guy. He was up super early. He had a passion for like filming birds. He liked to do like bird watching and filming birds. He was up at like 5 a.m. like filming birds.
Wes Craven?
And Wes Craven. And
that's not very spooky.
No, not at all. So, but yeah, he said he was a nice guy. And
sounds like my grandma.
And then the ReAnimator panel with Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton, that was great. They said that the movie was filmed in only 18 days. And Jeffrey Combs walked in. He had a whiskey glass with him. He walks right in, just chilling. He was there. That was a real fun panel. And
Jeff, what are your thoughts on ReAnimator?
I have no idea what that is.
It's actually a pretty sick movie.
All right, I'll IMDb it while you guys are talking about this.
And Mark asked the question. He said he was a huge fan of Castle Freak, and then the whole crowd popped real loud for that.
For Castle Freak?
Well, yeah.
I'm aware of Castle Freak, but I've never seen it. Is it good?
The remake is okay. Yeah, the original is real good. The remake is okay, but the original is awesome. And it was filmed in Italy. They were talking about it, like, yeah, we filmed it in Italy, and it was during the OJ, when everything happened with OJ. So they said that they were filming, and then as soon as filming wrapped, they would go watch. They were watching the Bronco chase, and then they went back to filming the next day. And then the next day in the newspaper, in the Italian newspaper, it called, basically in the Italian language, it called OJ the next Othello. That was on the cover of the newspaper. And they were telling that story. That's how they remember that filming, because that's what was happening at the time.
Well,
yeah,
Othello,
the next Othello. The new
Othello, if I
should
remember, got kind of screwed, right? It was almost like, I don't know, almost tricked into doing what he did. I only really remember the O movie with Mekhi Phifer and Josh Hartnett. I've never seen that.
No.
Oh, that movie actually kicks ass.
Kicks ass on like a True Lies level or a Judgment Night level?
I actually think you would like it. I'll go True Lies. It doesn't do the corny ass like Shakespeare speak stuff that you and I don't like.
I definitely hate that.
And it's about like, it's more like a modern story. It's about like a star basketball player named O, and Josh Hartnett is like his teammate. And
I already figured out why you like it, because there's basketball in it.
Yeah, but it's good. I'm telling you,
it has a 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
Okay, well that's where your stupid brain goes to, right?
Well, the true
Checking
authority
that critic scores
that Jeff just lives by is Rotten Tomatoes. So let's see what that got. By the way, IMDb is not critics.
Oh,
it's all user reviews.
Either way, reviews, they're fucking overrated. I'm not trying to hear them. I'm giving you a peer review here.
All right.
I'm saying you would probably like it.
Wow, I can't even find it on.
It's just
Rotten Tomatoes. I know, but it's all the top result when I searched O on Rotten Tomatoes is I Want You Back, the movie that Bonesy was trying to get us to watch so we could get cuddle time.
All right, whatever. What can I do? If you type in Othello, maybe it'll drop down. At least that's what it did for IMDb.
Or you could type in Mekhi Phifer, but O is the right title of the movie.
Yeah.
I know my shit here. His name is
backing
Odin.
you up, Jeff.
Yeah, no, I
found it.
Backing you up.
I know.
64% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So that's an F. Whatever. I stand by it. It's a good movie. Check it out. Holler at me on social media if you have seen O and have any thoughts.
Dom, did you pay for any autographs?
I didn't. No, I was trying to get to in the line. Well, the line was too long to meet Dana DeLorenzo and Ray Santiago from
Who the hell are they?
Evil Dead. Ash vs. Evil Dead. Kelly and Pablo.
Oh, okay.
And their Q&A was awesome. That was the third Q&A that I went to, and theirs was awesome. They said that they were worried about the fans, the Evil Dead fans, not accepting them into the franchise. And then once they were accepted, it pushed them to continue and keep going. And they had so much fun filming. They didn't want the series to end. They would love to have continued. And they just seemed like they were real good friends. And they said that when they first met each other, they didn't know each other when they got cast. And then they both met up in LA. And they both were wearing the same outfit. They both had a leather jacket and a white T-shirt underneath. And she's like, that's the traditional LA outfit. That's what we were wearing. Do you see a lot of people wearing white T-shirts and leather jackets?
Just Jeff.
Yeah, that's my look. Only when we go out, though, for drinks. Trying to holler at bitches.
And they said that Bruce Campbell was awesome to work with. And then he would pretty much wine and dine them after they were done filming. Like they would fly him out on private jets and give him fancy dinners. And
oh damn,
he said he was real cool.
Bruce Campbell's a baller, huh?
Yeah,
we've actually had him on the Ella show, and he was fucking cool.
Nice.
He was an awesome interview, and he was like super nice and his usual like weird self off the air too. He was a cool dude. I liked him.
Makes me feel good knowing that you vouch for Bruce Campbell. He seems like a cool guy. So
he was cool as shit.
Wasn't.
Dude, he showed up looking slick as fuck.
What do you mean?
He had like this real flashy suit on and looked like a fucking straight up G in it.
Looked like a movie star.
Great.
Yeah, if I put that on, I would have looked like an ass clown. But he looked like the coolest motherfucker in the building.
Yeah, well, you don't have the Bruce Campbell swagger.
Oh, fuck no. I don't even have Tilda Swinton swagger.
I mean, I was going to say you can't compare yourself to Bruce Campbell, but you should have at least Tilda Swinton swagger. Man,
I'm somewhere between Clay Aiken and Tilda Swinton with my swagger.
Wow. So, pretty much negative swagger to even swagger.
Pretty much.
At best.
I will say, though, the screening, because I was looking at your Instagram stories, Dom, and the screening of The Gate was something that I was kind of jealous of. Like, I love The Gate. That was a movie that came on HBO a lot when I was a kid, and even though it terrified me, I fucking watched it every time. I love that
Same
movie.
Here.
I've watched it a few times as an adult, and I still think it holds up. I was actually, after I saw your post, I was looking it up on Amazon because I want a Blu-ray of it, and it's still pretty pricey for The Gate. I think, let me look it up right now. It is on. We can do it the same way we watch not supermarket queefs, Queef or No Queef on IMDb TV and watch it free with ads.
That's
but
cool.
the Blu-ray is $25.
Dude, look at this fucking director's name for The Gate.
Oh yeah. It's
Tibor Takakis?
Yeah, Tibor Takis. Yeah,
Tibor Takis. Jesus.
He also did another one of my favorite movies, Witchboard 2. He directed that, and the first Witchboard, and Night of the Demons.
He's Hungarian. You don't see that very often. he's still acting, or still directing. Excuse me.
Yeah, and that was at like 10 o'clock at night. That's screening.
This guy
that was at like 10.
Essentially just does Christmas movies now, or at least he did Christmas movies mostly from 2020 to 2017. He's got The Christmas Aunt, The Christmas Miracle, Memories of Christmas, It's Christmas Eve, Rocky Mountain Christmas.
If you're a filmmaker, that is the absolute move. Even if they're shitty ones, having any sort of involvement in a Christmas movie is a yearly bonus.
And in 2000, he did Once Upon a Christmas. And then 2001, he did Twice Upon a Christmas.
But yeah, that
I've told this on the show before, but Artie Lang, who was in Elf for like 5 minutes as Santa.
Yeah, right.
He used to say on Howard, like every year, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, Elf is my Christmas bonus." The residuals he got from Elf playing on cable, just that quick little scene as Santa, made him a boatload of cash every fucking year.
Really?
So just imagine what Jon Favreau gets, what Will Ferrell gets, what Zoe Douche Anal gets.
So,
like,
can we actually put a number on it? Because that is
he never gave the actual number,
right?
But I mean, a Christmas movie is insane residuals every fucking year for the rest of your life.
So do you think Will Ferrell? You think like $5 million per year? Is that too little? Too much?
It probably goes down every year.
Yeah, I think that is like the actual rule with residuals. They do gradually get smaller, but I don't think it's probably not as high as $5 million. But
either way,
way more money than any of us are making.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Please subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah.
So that happened. That was actually an 8 o'clock screening, and then they had a costume contest. That started started around 9. It started a little bit after 9. So right after The Gate was done, I went downstairs to the costume contest, and that was fun too.
I mean, I've gone to a lot of conventions. I actually got an email that I completely forgot that I bought tickets to Star Wars Celebration before COVID hit, and I just got an email saying like, "Congratulations, here are your tickets. We've just charged your credit card." I was like, "Ah, what?
Oh no, no!"
So. Apparently, I'm going to Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim in a couple of months, which I'm actually pumped about.
Nice.
I've gone to 2 of those, and they're pretty fucking great, and they're always in like these giant convention halls. You know, San Diego obviously is the biggest of the big. That one's massive. I've gone to all sorts of conventions. Fucking Hello Kitty Con one year. I went to that shit.
Didn't you go with Bonnie?
Yeah.
She loves that shit. I feel like she goes every year still.
No, they only did it once. That was a one and done convention.
I'm tripping. I always
But,
see her like on Instagram going to different conventions or events like that. I thought it was just Hello Kitty, but fair enough.
I've never been to an anime one because they always do that in the summer, the week that I go and visit my family. But
Thank God.
now that I actually watch anime, I really want to go because that's going to be like the cream of the crop of like hardcore dorks. You're going to see some wild shit at that for sure.
Yeah, Weeb Central is.
Oh my God, yeah.
Could you get Carl to go with you?
Fuck no. No, I'm actually going to WonderCon in Anaheim. I got a 1-day ticket to that, and I was like, you get a pretty much good feel of what you get at San Diego if you want to go check this out. And she was like, pass.
No. So you're
No
not even going
interest.
to tell her about AnimeCon. You're just going to go
Yeah,
by yourself.
yeah. I don't
You
think
should
she's
just
going to
buy
Star
her
Wars.
a ticket to Anime Con and tell her that you have a great day planned for the two of you, and
And then
just
surprise
spring it
her?
on her.
That's not a bad idea. She'll
Jeez.
fucking hate me, but
Yeah.
that'll be a funny story to tell later.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it doesn't end your relationship, but
But I have gone to a horror convention once out here in L.A. I think it was Monster-Palooza or something along those lines. I forget the exact name.
Okay.
But I went to that once, and it was real rinky-dink. It was like in the lobby of a hotel. People just had like folding tables set up. It seemed real bottom of the barrel. There was still interesting and funny stuff to laugh at, but I'm guessing Cherry Hill, New Jersey. This was a pretty rinky-dink one.
No, it was a big one.
Really?
It's big. Yeah, they
No
have
shit.
it. It's the lobby is now part of the convention. Originally, it wasn't. They have a hotel bar in there. The whole downstairs. There's vendors everywhere. There's the whole downstairs. Then there's an autograph room, and then there's Q&A panels. Like it's all in different floors. There's a mezzanine floor for the Q&A panels and movie screenings. Then there's a pavilion for the autograph signings.
Well, let's get to
And
the
there's,
real
the
meat and
conference.
potatoes. What were the chicks like?
yeah. Talk
Very
about
nice.
the ass.
Yeah. A lot of good-looking girls there for sure.
Because that's also like a
Promotional
thing about.
models.
No, I mean like the chicks in attendance. Because at Comic-Con, it's like these secret hotties that are these squirrely little nerds that are just hiding these fucking banging bodies, and then they show up to the convention center in these skimpy little outfits. It's like Jesus Christ.
I feel like
Look at
they
you.
do
You probably
OnlyFans now.
You probably got picked on in high school, and now you're just a smoke show.
Yeah, it just grew into yourself.
Tons of that,
Yeah,
but I imagine the horror convention might be like in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, might be a lesser tier. But it
They
wasn't
even
bad.
had a sexiest costume category in the costume contest.
Oh man, who won that?
I think it was this devil girl. I don't know what her actual costume was, but she was wearing some kind of devil costume.
She's
Yeah.
the hot chick that showed up in a bikini and put like one of those hair bands on that have two devil horns on it.
Yeah.
What was the racial makeup? Because to Kevin's point, if they did one out here and put it in like Orange County, it would just be firing Asians back and forth, or just almost.
I didn't even notice, honestly. Like,
Oh, fair enough.
yeah.
Yeah, Dom doesn't see race, you bigot.
My bad.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad. We should send you a recorder, Dom, and maybe next year you can like interview some people, and we can send you some questions and get some audio of some of these goofballs.
Okay. But I know that my favorite costume was the one girl from the most creative category that was wearing that Midsummer Festival
Oh, I saw
flower
that.
outfit. You see that? I
Yeah.
posted that on my story.
That was cool.
And I asked her, I said, she wasn't even in the top 3. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, these are the people who won Trapjaw, which is not the Trapjaw we know, Shuddy. It's a different Trapjaw. Trapjaw from Five Nights at Freddy's, I want to say. It was some,
Yeah, that video game series.
rabbit
That's pretty
guy with
popular.
white blue eyes. Zool.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ghostbusters.
I saw Azul
Yeah.
at Comic-Con one year.
Yep.
She looked pretty
And-
bangable.
Scooby-Doo Ghostbuster, which is a Ghostbuster guy with a Ghostbuster outfit wearing a Scooby-Doo head, and he was wheeling Slimer around in this cart.
Yeah, sounds like this
Yeah.
guy just came in third due to over-accessorizing.
Yeah, Midsummer Girl definitely should have been in it. She should have won it first. And I asked her how long it took her to make that costume. She said 2.5 months.
Jesus Christ!
What?
So she seemed pretty bummed, but she's like, a lot of people came up to me and said that I should have won. I was like, yeah, for sure.
Did you try to spit game at all while you were there?
Not really. No.
No one up to par?
No, I just didn't. I had a
Didn't see
few
any
beers, but I
angles?
wasn't trying to. Yeah, this wasn't happening.
I mean, have you ever spit game at a convention?
No, I'm a coward. But it's a good place for it because you already know like all of your shared interests and
Yeah.
That's true. I just figured like most of the girls there. Oh, I don't know. I would just figure most of the girls there might be there with a guy. Kind of like
that's what I
Ella's
thought
Mania.
too. That's what I thought too. But my cousin is like really big in the cosplay world, and I was talking with her and some of her friends once, and they were telling me that like a lot of like the girls that I was describing before, the girls who like probably didn't get a ton of attention in high school, but were secret missiles, and now they go to these things and they're still in like really good shape and they dress all sexy, but they don't have any confidence. And they were telling me that like these girls pretty much just hook up with dudes all the time at cons. Because they're not used to getting any attention. They're not used to guys hitting on them. And then they go here where they're total babes and everybody's kind of like fawning over them and they don't know what to do. And they're just like, sure, let's go to your room. I'll fuck you.
I
This
wonder
would
if
have
it
been
like
good
unlocks
information
anything.
to have back when I was going to cons and was single.
When did you go to cons? What cons did you go to?
Well, I used to go to Philly Comic-Con regularly.
Oh.
Well, how are the chicks there?
They all look like
No.
cheesesteaks. They look like they paid for the
there were
Bruins.
definitely some hot chicks there. Dom can co-sign that.
Yeah.
Dom went with me.
Okay, but I also know you well enough, Shuddy Boy, that single Shuddy doesn't spit game unless he's got a lot of beer in him.
That is very true.
Sober Shuddy
But had I
just sits
known
there
that
giggling in the corner.
It was that easy, I might have had the confidence to not need the beer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you
But
could
then
have
there's-
you could have dusted off your magic line.
You know, when I go to strip clubs, I always look the girl right in the eye.
One fucking time you heard me say that. One fucking
That's all he needed, Shuddy. That's all he fucking
one
needed.
fucking time.
And then there's Spiral Shuddy once he has too many beers. Same with me.
Spiral
But yeah,
Shuddy? Oh, is that when
yeah.
Shuddy's like,
Oh, who wants to kick me in the nuts?
Yeah.
How many different drunk Shuddies are there? Oh my
Yeah,
god!
Oh,
there
a
are
lot.
many. There were many.
have you ever seen that
There
M.
were
Night
many.
Shyamalan movie Split?
My
Yeah.
my favorite drunk Shuddy, or I don't even know if he was drunk. Angry Shuddy story is when he wanted to walk home from Myrtle Beach. Like
No, that was a drunk shot. That was a blackout drunk.
that's
that
my
was-
favorite one.
That's the final boss of drunk. You know,
That it
like,
is.
what did they call James McAvoy's character in Split? That was like the super scary one. I don't remember. It was like the Beast or something like that.
Yeah.
That's Shuddy Boy's version of the Beast.
Whose ass was that?
The final boss.
Oh, I didn't
like
fart
that.
this time. Oh,
Speaking of farts.
little mama, it's okay.
Speaking of farting, look at little mama.
Little
Aw.
Mama Cam.
We had a knock at the door right after the costume contest. We went up to get a few more beers. We made sure we stocked up because the
Nice.
bar is super expensive. So we
Fuck
went
yeah.
up, grabbed a few more beers, and then we heard a knock at the door. And there were these two dudes that came out of the room right across the hall. Like, hey,
Oh,
guys,
no.
we thought
You
we
guys
thought
are
they
you
were
guys are 3 chicks short to come in this house. or this
exactly.
room.
We thought they were our neighbors, and the one guy had a Vinegar Syndrome hoodie on. I'm like, oh, maybe he, works with Vinegar Syndrome, whatever. And he's like, hey, you guys hanging out? We're like, yeah, for a little bit. Yeah, we're heading down to see Rocky Horror. This
Oh
was
my
after
god,
the
I'm just
costume
picturing Michael Scott in that episode of The Office when they go to that like paper convention and he tries to throw a party in his hotel room and like one dude shows up.
Yeah.
contest. Yeah.
Like, hey, we're having a party in our room across the way. You want to come? Yeah. How many people you got in there? Well, when you guys get there, 2.
Yeah, Jim and his boss when he was over at not Scranton. What's the other one? I don't know,
forget.
whatever. In one of the Dunder Mifflin offices, him and his boss Josh showed up, and it was just the 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh man!
So what did these guys try to get out of you and Mark Rooster?
Well, they got a beer out of us. They came in and we're like, oh, you guys want to hang out? We're like, yeah, for a little bit. And Mark's like, yeah, come on in. I'm like, come on in. And then Mike, our friend Mike, was like, dude, Rocky Horror's starting in like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh shit. So I was like half in the bag at that point, and I didn't realize what time it was. And the same thing with Mark. And then they're like, oh, you mind if we have a beer? And we're like, yeah, sure, that's cool. We'll just slam them before we go down. And then
Nice.
as soon as the dude sat down on my bed, he freaking farted. Freaking ripped ass. I'm like, who does that? Who comes into someone's room and just rips ass immediately on the bed? And then this other guy was talking to me. He's like, "Oh, what kind of movies are like?" He's like, "Oh, I like rape movies." And we're like, "Oh, let's get these fucking guys."
God.
Rape revenge movies. There's like, we're thinking, let's get these fucking guys out of here. We're done.
What?
Yeah.
What an icebreaker.
Yeah, and then at one point, Mike was like, "Dude, I think these guys are like trying to rob us or something." Because I don't know, they were real weird. They were wasted. So I think they were just completely hammered, but they were real weird.
So this guy shows up to your room, takes a free beer, farts on your bed, and then tells you that his favorite horror subgenre is rape revenge.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Sounds like you were in a
Last
terrible
House on the
situation.
Left.
Yeah, I spit on your grave. Like,
yeah.
I mean, the most important follow-up question to that is, okay, which part do you like the most of these movies, the rape or the revenge?
Yeah.
Because these movies always have, like, fucking horrible rape scenes that go on for way too long, and then the dudes just get fucking butchered, which is awesome, but you have to pay the price of admission, which is sitting through just a fucking brutal rape scene. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is super suspect. If the farting on the bed isn't... Did he at least address it?
He just laughed, and it freaking stank. He just laughed, and it stank so bad. As if there wasn't enough farting in the room, first of all, before they even got in. Yeah, it was bad. But
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
So wait,
got down to Rocky.
Was it an accidental fart? Did he go like, ugh? Like, did he push it out and then laugh, or it was like, oh fuck, my bad, I just farted?
He pushed it out and laughed.
What
He
a
just ripped
scumbag!
Ripped ass on my bed, and it was terrible.
The disrespect.
Oh, that might. I mean, I don't know. Farts brought us together. Maybe his intuition was that we can bro down over a fart. It's a bad move.
Not an intentional fart on your bed.
Yeah,
and
it was the hotel room bed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you still have to sleep on that bed later.
Fair enough. Of course, yeah. Just saying.
And then we went down to the Rocky Horror at that point, and then we were out of beers at that. Once we got down there, we cracked open the last one. We were repping some local festivals. We had the Music Fest mug.
Nice.
We had an Becky's Drive-In mug and an American Cafe mug, which American Cafe was a local business cafe. But we got down there, and then I was like, "What time do you guys think the bar closes?" And then Mark was like, "1 o'clock." Because the daylight savings time, it closed at 1 instead of 2. So we're like, we should probably head up there and just get maybe one more drink before the end of the night. So then we ended up, and Shuddy, you know how I get when I have a few beers. I like to take over the jukebox. So there was a Touch Tunes in there. I'm like, oh, here we go. I ended up buying some tokens, played some 311, and then Mike requested Slayer. So we were playing 311, Slayer, and Hall & Oates were the 3 artists that we played. 311, Slayer, and Hall & Oates.
Covering all the bases.
Yep. I wanted to hear Out of Touch. And
I love that song, actually.
We each bought a round. I had a White Russian, and then we got 2 more rounds, and I had 2 more White Russians. The third one was to go. And you can carry drinks around it because it's all in one place. You can carry drinks around the hotel there. So you can
Sick.
They close the bar down, you can just take your last drink up to your room or wherever.
Yeah, get a roadie.
Exactly.
Road soda.
I didn't need 1 Russian at that point, let alone 3. So the end of the
barf?
night was interesting. I didn't. I felt fine in the morning. I woke up at like 7 a.m. Little tiny headache, but other than that, I was fine.
Did you stay away from those phallic food objects?
Yep. Sure did.
No churros, no hot dogs.
No, I did have pizza. I did have pizza though. Saturday night.
Sounds like it was a successful mission.
It was.
Nice.
It was awesome.
There were no really big movie releases this week.
No.
But there was some streaming stuff. I managed to catch 2 new streamers, and I think next week is the last MSPH episode before the Oscars actually happen, and I have one last movie to watch that was nominated for Best Picture, and it's the one I've been dreading the most, and it's fucking West Side Story.
Oh, yeah.
And it's on Disney+. So Carl and I are watching it this weekend. I'm really fucking pissed off at the Academy that they're making me do this, but I will next week be able to just give a quick recap on the Best Picture ones, and then we can make our picks.
How does Carl feel about musicals. Is she excited for the West Side Story?
Not particularly, but she's definitely not as anti-musical as I am.
No. It's more of a chick thing for sure.
But a new Ryan Reynolds movie came out on Netflix. I don't know if you guys saw The Adam Project.
I didn't see it.
that.
I was interested in it. I mean, I can go either way depending on your review.
It was just mediocre. It wasn't horrible, and it wasn't great. It was just right down the middle.
All that build-up, I thought you were going to light it up.
No, I mean, I wanted to because the kid that plays the young Ryan... basically, the movie is... this kid is like hears something, goes out in the woods, and there's a spaceship in the sky, and then himself from the future, which is Ryan Reynolds, shows up, and they have to like battle Catherine Keener and these evil time goons. And it seemed like a pretty cool premise. It seemed like it might have a bit of like a Spielbergian vibe to it.
Spielbergian.
Yeah. But it just I feel like it didn't do much with the premise that it had. It was a lot of just Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds and interacting with his younger self. And that little fucking brat was so punchable. Not as punchable as Batman Kid, but it had a very punchable face. And that's like one of the first things adult Ryan Reynolds says to him is he calls him out on his punchable face. And it was, I don't know, that annoyed me because I didn't like the kid. And then there was some pretty cool combat and stuff, and Zoe Saldana's in it, and Mark Ruffalo's in it, and Jennifer Garner, who I don't really care for. She was, fine, but...
I forget she's even... I feel like all she's done recently is those Capital One commercials.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man.
I mean...
She's like famous for being famous at this point. I only know her in like a few movies, to be honest. Really,
Yeah.
I think her most like notable role was that TV show, right? Alias?
Yeah, that and just being in the Daredevil movies.
Right.
But-
Being Ben Affleck's chick for a year
The
there.
Capital One commercials.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a three-dicker. It wasn't anything special. If you're at the bottom of the barrel on Netflix and you got 90 minutes to kill, it's fine. It's just, it's not going to be anybody's favorite. It's probably not going to be something you'll watch again. Wasn't particularly spectacular, but also not horrible. So
Ryan Reynolds used to get back to doing good movies.
well, they did just announce Deadpool 3 is officially happening, and they announced
Sweet.
that guy, the guy that directed The Adam Project and Free Guy, is directing Deadpool 3. And I don't know, I feel like Free Guy was a little bit better than Adam Project, but neither were great. So hopefully Deadpool 3's got a really good script.
All right.
And then I
the
watched
latest on Ryan Reynolds.
I watched the new Pixar movie, Turning Red.
I haven't even heard of it. I'm IMDb it right now.
Did you
So-
share the same opinion of that movie as the guy from whatever website that was that's come under a lot of fire over the weekend or because of it?
Oh, tell us this story.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on.
Hold on, I've got a...
Did he
I've gotta
say
find-
something racist against Asians?
Basically that because it was centered around an Asian girl, it was unrelatable.
Oh,
And
wow.
hold on, Turning Red.
I mean,
No, I definitely don't have a take that hot.
as someone who wants more and more honesty in movie reviews, I appreciate that of him giving his honest feelings, or she. I don't know the gender of the
It
critic.
was an editor. Hold on.
Did you just fart, Jeff?
No,
For
Might have been Little Mama.
it was
No, I think it
the
was my
managing
shoes.
director of Cinema Blend.
or it could have been her.
Really? Cinema Blend is a pretty big site, isn't it?
Yeah, and his review
And well, they have a new editor position available.
was
Too
by
Asian
rooting-
for me. I don't know.
By rooting Turning Red very specifically
anime
in the Asian
take.
community of Toronto, the film legitimately feels like it was made for Domishi's friends and immediate family members, which is fine, but also is a tad limiting in its scope. He called it. It
sounds so
said that
bad.
it was exhausting.
Asian.
Yeah. Hold on. I saw a copy of the tweet somewhere. Hang on.
I mean, that's
looking for
actually
it.
one of the places where I give this movie credit for how oddly specific it was. So, it's an Asian family in 2002, for no reason whatsoever. And it's in Toronto, so there's lots of loonies and toonies being shown on screen. But, like, I don't know. That was one of the parts where I was like, oh, you know what? I kind of give this movie props for being so specific.
He says some Pixar films are made for a universal audience. Turning Red is not. The target audience is for this one feels very specific and very narrow. If you are in it, this might work well for you. I am not in it. This was exhausting.
Oh, well, this guy seems like a little bitch. I mean, it was... I initially was like, okay, because I know that this movie was scheduled initially to be in theaters, and then Disney was like, no, it's not even getting a theatrical release. This is exclusive to Disney+. I feel like they're really pushing to drive more people to sign up. So at that, I was like, yeesh, maybe they just don't have a lot of faith in this one. And then the reviews came out, and people were saying, like, it's the best Pixar movie in years. And then I got my hopes up. And then I was like, okay, that was good, but it wasn't the best Pixar movie in years, I don't think. I will give it props for not only just how specific it was, but the whole movie is essentially just a metaphor for a girl getting her first period, which I was like, whoa.
Turning Red?
Yeah.
Well, take out the Asian stuff, and I'm starting to see a point in this guy's general take.
I'm looking at his Twitter. He did love the new Nicolas Cage movie, however.
Oh, I hear everybody is loving that new movie.
What's this called? What?
It's
It's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, where Nicolas Cage plays himself.
I don't. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
It debuted at South by Southwest over the weekend, and everybody's flipping out about that and the new movie from the guys that made Swiss Army Man, which I loved, where Daniel Radcliffe played a farting corpse with a boner.
Okay, so I didn't see this one.
It's fucking awesome. Okay. It's Daniel Radcliffe and Paul Dano, like lost in the wilderness, and he basically uses Daniel Radcliffe's corpse as like a Swiss Army knife. Like he farts around so he can use him as a jet ski, and his farts propel him in the water. He can use his boner as a compass. And he can, like, hold his corpse arm back, let go, and it karate chops through wood. It's awesome. I fucking love the movie. And they made a new one. These directors, it's a directing duo called Daniels. And it's this movie called, like, Everything and Anything All at Once. It's another, like, long, convoluted title. But it's, like, Michelle Yeoh doing kung fu in a weird multiversal comedy. And that and the Nick Cage movie, I'm so fucking pumped for those two movies, and they're coming out within like the next couple months, and people are just flipping out about them. So I'm pumped.
Do you know the plot of this Nick Cage movie?
I think it's
because I'm reading it now, and it fucking sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a guy.
They showed a trailer for it for the Batman with the Batman for me.
Oh, I didn't get any trailers.
I didn't get that either.
Nicolas Cage is broke and takes a $1 million payday to appear at the character played by Pedro Pascal's birthday party, and then gets recruited by the CIA to spy on Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, so to clean it up a little bit, the IMDb synopsis is a cash-strapped Nicolas Cage agrees to make a paid appearance at a billionaire superfan's birthday party, but is really an informant for the CIA since the billionaire fan is a drug kingpin and gets cast in a Tarantino movie. Just like, it takes a few minutes to like digest what I just read, and that's why I kind of zoned out on your Swiss Army Man commentary you had there, but fuck, this movie looks awesome.
Yeah. I'm
action,
pumped.
crime, comedy. It's got everything. Nick Cage. I don't hate Pedro Pascal.
No.
What was it? He was the bi dude in Game of Thrones.
The Viper.
Yeah.
And the Mandalorian.
Man, him. Yeah, I didn't watch The Mandalorian. His L that he took in Game of Thrones is really one of the worst L's I've ever seen taken.
That is probably the scene out of all the seasons of Game of Thrones. That is like the one that's burned in my memory.
Yeah.
The way he bites it could be like the most brutal death ever captured on film.
Yeah, and that was just like peak Game of Thrones. As
Oh,
we're
yeah.
watching it, it's like, is this the greatest?
Oh,
is
yeah.
this the greatest ever?
I almost turned into like an offended Southern belle from the 1920s. Like when he got offed, I was like fanning myself, like, oh, I feel faint. That was fucking brutal. Oh my god.
It was so sweet, though.
Oh yeah. But yeah, turning red.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Asian girls. Period. Yeah, let's talk about that again.
Yeah, so like this girl, every time she gets emotional, if she gets pissed off, embarrassed, she starts turning into like a gigantic red panda. So it's like, I don't know, the trailer I saw before watching the movie, I was just like, all right, Pixar, I'll see where you're going with this. A girl turns into a giant red panda anytime she gets emotional. Sure.
It sounds like a period to me.
But then they don't even like dance around it. Like when she first turns into the panda and is mortified and stuff, her mom is like, I got you these pads and tampons, and starts like stacking all this shit up. I'm like, all right, you know what? Again, I will give Pixar credit for tackling a subject that's probably going to get kids like that fucking Batman dork. Like, I felt like it was an attack on kids. Like, somebody is clutching their rosaries like, oh, Pixar is coming for our children with this one. But while it was good,
do they
it wasn't
need a
great.
movie about a period? Like, is
yeah.
that something? Okay, fair enough.
Because I do, like, if you take a step back and look at things, I feel like there are a lot of girls that feel like shameful or embarrassed by it. And I don't know, who gives a fuck? Sure. Your cooch is bleeding. It happens. That is what happens. So why not make a movie that kind of like normalizes it? I don't see anything wrong with it.
Fair enough. I definitely don't think it would be enjoyable.
I mean, it wasn't like every scene of the entire movie.
Right.
They just threw it in there a couple of times, and I was like, all right, look at Disney and Pixar going for it. But the movie as a whole, I do feel like, since it takes place in 2002, which I think they specifically did to crowbar in the boy band element of the movie, because that's like their big goal. Her and her group of friends are like obsessed with this boy band that's coming to Toronto, and they want to go to the concert, and they all have crushes on them and stuff. I think they just set it in 2002 to make the boy band element more believable. I have no idea. It was
Probably.
really strange, the whole 2002 thing.
Jeez. All right.
But I mean, it was decent. It was a 3.5 dicker.
You'd suck 3.5 turning red dicks?
Panda dicks, yeah. I'll
Wow.
blow 3.5 pandas.
That's as many Batman dicks as Dom sucked.
Yep, that's right.
Jesus.
I don't know. Did you guys see anything?
Nothing. Yeah, I don't think I have anything to review, honestly. I actually started the Pieces of Her Netflix streaming series with Toni
I have also
Collette.
started that.
Oh man, I wanted to watch that because I love Toni Collette, but then I saw the reviews weren't.
Well, then, Shuddy, help me out here with it. I don't know if it's good. It's not bad.
Exactly.
It's not bad. I don't know.
Exactly. The
I'm
daughter is fucking annoying.
Yeah, kind of. Fair.
But that's kind of where we're at with it. Like we blew through the first 3 or 4 episodes and have not gone back to it, but just simply because we're kind of like,
It's
if we have nothing else to watch, we'll watch it. But
Yeah.
it's not like it's not.
It's not priority viewing.
You're not sure.
It's not. It's hard to say if it sucks or not.
pretty much how I felt about Inventing Anna, and then I just kind of stopped watching. I was like, I don't need to see it anymore.
It's teetering. Like it can go either way. Just when you get to a point where I got to a point where I was like, no, this is bad. Then something happened, and it's like, oh wait,
because it does have elements where it's like
it's going in the right direction.
And I mean, Toni
Well,
Collette
let's
is
just hang on.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, she's fine in it. Shuddy's
in
point.
the first 15 minutes of the show, she gets a knife stabbed through her hand, and then while the knife is still in her hand, she slits the guy who stabbed her throat with it.
Yeah. So there's a
pretty
situation
That's
that
cool.
sparks the whole plot of the story where she's at lunch with her daughter. Some fucking random guy shows up to the lunch spot and with a gun and a knife to kill her daughter's friend, who he followed to the restaurant and who just so happened to run into Tony Collette and his daughter. So he fucking like blasts his daughter or this girl and her mom, right? And then kind of turns the gun on Tony Collette and her daughter, runs out of bullets. This is very spoilery, but again, it happens in the first 15 minutes. Stabs her in the hand, and then like Shuddy said, she like is in shock.
He stabs her,
holds
like,
it together, and then like quickly just bang, like just fucking like with the it was nuts.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, but like there are different tones and different vibes of the whole show, and it's kind of hard to process everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Like it does feel a little CW-y, but then like the violence is very like gruesome. It's like, oh shit, like all right, this is some real stuff. I don't know. It has a lot of potential, and like,
do you think you're gonna finish it?
I don't know. I might, but it's like, so the whole thing with Tony Collette's character is like pretty. It's almost too subtle. That's like one of my things, Shuddy, is that like they're kind of leading us along, and like we're like I'm episode I think 3 or 4 into it. And they don't really specifically say what Toni Collette's deal is. You just have this feeling like she's got some, or she's got some serious shit going on.
Then you're not as far as I am, because it does get explained who she is.
Okay, all right.
Like you're like I think one episode behind where we got to.
Okay,
and in it she's like it explains who she is and why she's in the situation she's in. But it does not, so far, has not explained why she's such a badass.
Yeah.
She would just.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. So we're around the same page. I'm a little behind you, but I don't know, like, how to grade it. Kind of good. Does moments.
Yeah,
it is perfect. Like, if you have nothing else to watch, then check it out. But we review so many things. I'm sure someone has something to watch. So whatever.
So. We do have an announcement to get to before we leave, but real quick, just an email or two.
Dom's pregnant.
Shuddy has really kicked a hornet's nest with his unflinching, brutal thoughts on the band Tool. And when somebody really likes something, it really pisses them off when somebody doesn't. But
people are pissed.
People,
there were a few people that went to Shuddy's defense, though.
Yeah,
I
got one right here.
Okay, cool.
Hey, boys, I stand firmly behind Shuddy with his take on Tool. They are awful. The lead singer is a pretentious douchebag, and the music is not enjoyable at all. If I had to suck a dick or only listen to Tool songs the rest of my life, bring on that dick. Puminati, Extreme Elite, Wolf Knife, Butcher of Bakersfield. So I actually had a theory about this. So
hold on, real quick. The real one rebuttal thing that I want to say is pretentious frontman doesn't count. Like, what fucking frontman of a rock band isn't pretentious?
Listen, I said it back. I think I finally have a way to put a very fine period at the end of this to stop all discussion.
Oh, I'm gonna stop listening to Tool. All right, go ahead.
No. Tool is to music what A24 is to movies.
Yeah, but A24 has made some really good
Maynard
movies.
James Keenan and A24 are only interested in sniffing their own fucking farts.
So by that analogy, you're admitting that Tool has some good songs?
Because you don't hate every A24 movie.
The only A24 movie I like is Green Room.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Now that they've started making these pretentious
awesome.
movies, we're not going to talk about the early A24 stuff that was not these pretentious horror movies with all kinds of social subtext.
Did you like Ex Machina?
I didn't see it.
I love Ex Machina.
Jesus. Did you like Hereditary?
Nope.
Did you like Midsommar?
Didn't see it.
He's not a horror movie guy, so
that's true.
I thought about that ahead of time.
What about The Disaster Artist?
That doesn't count.
It's an A24 movie. Swiss Army Man is A24. Mid-90s. That was good.
Nothing. No, Shuddy's thought about this, and he's got his point. Fair enough. And I don't
even... So then Tool is worse than A24. That's all you're doing is changing the point.
Son of a bitch. Wait, whose side are you on here? I thought you kind of liked Tool.
I'm not, it doesn't make the case for Tool being any better. It makes the case that A24 is not as bad as Tool.
Well, okay, so here is my theory that I've been stewing on for the past 7 days. So I've brought it up many times that if I ever need a pick me up, if my day's ever slumping, I just think about how Dom gave The Matrix one dick on Letterboxd, and then it just makes me laugh. Like, and Dom, you hate The Matrix because you guys had a buddy that just put it on constantly, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was kind of where like I was with The Crow. I never hated The Crow, but I had this one friend who every single time we got stoned, he put The Crow on. I'm like, this movie fucking rules, but you're really wearing out its welcome. And then I didn't watch it for a couple of decades.
I stopped being his friend.
I watched it recently, like over the past year, and I'm like, okay, yeah, The Crow fucking kicks ass. I was getting burnt out on it, but The Crow is an amazing movie. Shuddy, was there somebody in your life that just never stopped listening to Tool, and you were just like,
Nope.
I can't fucking take it?
It wasn't me.
I've just never liked them. I have never liked them.
Wait,
They
Dom.
were a band
Oh, sorry, go
that
ahead.
people I knew growing up liked, and I just tried to listen to them because they were cool and had never liked Tool.
I think it's the hottest take in MSPH history. Maybe I'm being a little short-sighted, but it's a hot take. And I could be, too much in the moment. Dom, what are your thoughts? Quick review on Tool.
I've only heard a couple of their main videos, like their most popular song, like Sober, and a couple other songs, but I really don't have much to compare it to because I haven't listened to anything else other than what I've seen videos of, like when they were real big in the 90s. I don't know.
You took
I
the
honestly
high
have
road,
not
you
listened to
bitch.
too much.
Fair enough. Hope that hot dog wins again.
Every time I piss,
I'm not opposed to listening to
smells
more of their stuff.
terrible.
All right. Well, I don't know. Give it a shot. They've been out for like 33 years now. Or no, wait, no.
I might.
Undertow came out in 93. Quick math. Help me out here. 29.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Every time I piss, it smells terrible.
Are we talking about asparagus?
That last week's episode?
Yeah.
That's from Lice. Ow. Ow. That's my favorite drop. That's my favorite new drop.
What about this one?
Am I taking stupid pills here?
But yeah, it is tough to beat the classics.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Reminds me of when Bon Bon walked into the glass door. He went, ow. He thought it was open. And we went on vacation in Maryland. He walked right into and that was South Carolina.
Yeah.
The first South Carolina trip.
Oh God, that was epic.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. I don't like that I did that last week, and that's been immortalized.
I love that.
Button. Blood Dog.
Okay, so let's get to. I think we have one more email, and then we can get to the big announcement. I didn't even look at this one.
Is there someone defending Tool?
I mean, I feel like on Instagram and YouTube, people were like very salty with Shuddy, but like, I mean, look, what can you ask of the guy? He gave them a decent shot. They're not for everybody.
Fair
so what?
enough.
Shuddy doesn't like Tool. Who cares? I don't like the Beatles. That's probably a hotter take, according to
Terrible.
some people.
Yeah. It's a dumb take.
What can I do? I've heard them my entire life.
You can stop being gay.
They've always been elevator music to me. So this email says, "What's up, MSPH? I've started playing your show more at work, and slowly poimping and queefing songs has infiltrated our daily routine. I think you've gotten a few new followers, including my dad, who thoroughly enjoyed listening to my email get read, the responses, and questioning, what the fuck is queef or no queef? Anybody who is listening to the podcast and not listening to the content provided on Patreon is truly missing out. Go and try it for a month. You will not be disappointed. There's literally something for everyone. I wish I had started listening years ago. I also wanted to let Jeff know, yes, you can have my phone number, and the boyfriend thing is complicated.
So thanks.
I don't know what this is in follow-up to, but you got some digits, Jeff.
Me just Taking my shot.
Also, that Armageddon is the movie that pushed me into the career that I have loved for over a decade. I really wanted to be an aerospace engineer for NASA.
I thought she was going to be an oil driller.
But after renting Armageddon, I went to school to be a Harry Stamper and have been in the oil field ever since.
Nice! Man, these guys might be great astronauts, but they don't know jack about drilling. You know what I'm saying?
It makes me smile every time he brings it up. I'm from the state of Texas, though. Don't hate me. We do not hate Texas here.
Yeah, I'm cool with Texas. I'm going to go to Texas in a couple months, I think.
As
Awesome.
always, keep up the great work. How can I send y'all my queef or no queef spreadsheet? It's not fancy. It's not super fancy, but it does stuff and things. Well, we love stuff and things here.
Yeah, I mean, she's subscribed to the Patreon, obviously, so like she could leave a view-only link of her Google Sheet.
Oh, yeah,
doc,
there you go.
And, you know, everyone could view it, and no one could edit it.
Yeah.
That would be one way. If you have it in a Google Sheet doc, if it's in Excel, we can't do anything with it. But thanks for tracking. I wonder what she's tracking that we're not, or if she's just
Keeping
tracking.
us honest?
Yeah, exactly. Making
Yeah.
sure our math adds up. Watch me be off by, I don't know. Like I keep like adding cells to the formula, and if one of them are off, it could fuck up the scores. But I like double check it before and after. So hopefully my numbers align with her numbers.
Well, yes, you can send us that link, Katie, and thank you for the email. Thank you for being a fan, and thank you for introducing us to a whole new legion of potential Puminati. I hope they get bit by the queef or no queef bug and want to sign up too, because goddamn, I love doing that show every week.
Yeah, I get some fellow oil drillers on board since my Armageddon take is really killing it with you.
Yeah. All right, well, that leaves us with one thing left to do this episode.
Mad Scientist Party Hour. Breaking news with Shudder.
And
Well, I guess, yeah, and Dom.
And Dom. Wait, Shuddy, can you read Dom's release? Dom, copy and paste your notes, send it to Shuddy. I want him to read it while you're
So
sitting.
he's got them already. He's got the note. He got the email.
I was just kidding, but
Yeah, you want to do the honors?
No,
you
no,
do it.
you're fucking
you're
here. No, I was
All right.
kidding.
Jeff was
No, we
just
got to get him
busting-
straight from the commissioner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. MSPH Wrestling 11. St. Patty's Day Beat 'em Up. Going to be Saturday, March 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern time on my Twitch channel,
weekend.
twitch.tv/next weekend.
Oh,
Yep.
Jeff is cringing.
Yeah, my mom comes into town next weekend.
Oh,
no. Oh, no. She's coming with her new boyfriend, so, like, it's...
Oh, they can both watch it then.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. That's one way to look at it.
Yeah, tell him to make a Twitch account so we can get pump up the numbers of the stream.
Well, that could definitely happen.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually did tell you ahead of like a couple weeks ago, Jeff, that was going to be on the 26th.
Did you? And what did I
Yeah.
respond with?
You said
Okay.
cool. Something, I think so. Yeah,
Sweet.
cool or okay.
Fuck.
But
I think
maybe-
that my mom just bought her tickets somewhat recently, so maybe. God damn
Okay.
it. All right, I'll figure it out. Fuck my
Okay.
mom. Whatever. I don't really like her that much.
On my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DomV311, we have some new signees to the MSPH Wrestling roster. Demon Meatus,
Oh.
Vanessa Feline Mob, and Instinctual Motivation. All
Yes.
signed contracts.
Fuck yeah.
Of course, they had to get Instinctual Motivation.
I really cannot wait until Instinctual Motivation beats the pants off of Jeff
Has
and
Jeff
takes the belt.
He's not fighting Jeff, but maybe at the next event. But
Yeah, he's
That
got to
was
earn
pretty
his.
awesome.
He got to
Good
earn
job.
his. He's got to earn a title shot.
yeah,
Has
I love.
Jeff-
I asked Jeff what he looked like, and this is his description. I got to read you what he said here. Let's see.
This
I go, what did he
motherfucker.
look like? Anything? Any certain colors he was wearing? Anything to note? He goes, black guy with a Will Smith early Fresh Prince haircut, earring with a cross. That's the info
Yeah.
I have, so that's what I rolled with.
Black. Okay, so he's wearing black, red, and green colors, like the Black History Month colors. I thought I
Black,
gave
red,
you
and
that
green.
info too, but
No, that's okay. I have them in kind of like some neon and black colors.
Perfect.
Neon green and okay.
As
We'll
long
make
as
it work.
as long as it just like it feels like an instinctual motivation vibe, he'll be all right with it.
Okay. And he's pretty cool.
Does he have any handmade jewelry on?
No, but he does have the cross earrings, and he does have instinctual motivation written on his wrestling trunks.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we have the first match announced is a 6-man triple threat tornado tag team match for the MSPH Tag Team Championships. We have the Food Fighters, which is Oh Shitto Sauce and Ronald. They agreed before their last match, the TLC match at the last event, that they would not team together until they bled together. So they bled in that match, and now they're teaming together.
All right.
So the next team, Bat Dog Collar, which is the Bat Dad and Fat Dog Collar,
Nice.
versus Pooh Generation X, Shuddy Boy and the Great Houdini, who are the current champions. And we have a no holds barred match, Pubic Zirconia versus DDP.
Oh, shit.
Zirconia.
Told you I'm always listening. As soon as I heard you suggest that, I'm like, oh, that's perfect. We're
Man,
in.
I do not like pubic zirconia's odds.
Wait, does DDP have like an easy downloadable character, or is he already in the game?
He's in the game.
Okay,
How many diamond cutters do you think Kevin's going to take in this match?
I think
At
one puts
least
him down.
3.
At least
Oh,
3?
okay. All right. So you think he's going to give 2 additional out of spite?
He might. And another match for it's an elimination chamber match for the MSPH Canadian Championship. Guyana Buffalo versus the $11 trillion man. He earned his spot after beating Kevin in one-on-one at the last event.
I mean, did he earn anything by beating me? That's
No, you're the layup of the fucking promotion.
11 wet trillion.
Versus Low Man Chris, former Canadian champion, versus Bonesy, former Canadian champion, versus Instinctual Motivation, versus T-Bone.
versus T-Bone. Oh, by
T-Bone,
the
the
way, there
current
is a little bit of
champion.
controversy over last week's voicemails. Somebody is claiming that the T-Bone that called in that wanted to join the Canadian trucker convoy was not the T-Bone we all know. So who knows? We'll
the
clear
T-Bone
that
that's
up
the
eventually.
champ is from New York, as far as I know. He's a Buffalo Bills fan, so he's wearing the Buffalo Bills attire.
Yeah.
But he is the Canadian champ. I've thrown some people who weren't born in Canada into these matches just to mix it up a little bit. So
All right.
we are introducing the Women's Tag Team Championships.
Oh, shit.
So it's going to be a tag team ladder match for the inaugural MSPH Women's Tag Team Championships. Jen T and Vanessa Feline Mob versus Curvy Beer Girl and Red Rage.
Ooh.
Two
okay.
other former rivals who are now teaming together.
Nice.
And the first blood match for the MSPH World Heavyweight Championship. The Hot Dog, who is Mr. Money in the Bank, who won the Royal Rumble at the last event, versus Spat, the current champion.
One of the greatest debuts in MSPH wrestling history was that hot
Oh,
dog.
God!
But now Spat's got to take him on in the first blood match like I did last time. We'll see how many choke slams he takes like I did, man. That was a rough one.
Oh, yeah. I have a feeling it will be many.
You needed
Yep.
you needed medical attention after that bout, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Definitely. And we have then the power rankings going into the event. Spat is number 1, current champion, world heavyweight champion. Pooping Kathy is number 2,
Oh, I forgot about Pooping Kathy.
the current women's champion. Pooh Generation X, who moved up 5 slots from number 8. They are number 3. T-Bone, number 4. Hot Dog, Mr. Money in the Bank, number 5. The Dragon, Jeff Clark, number 6, down 4 slots from number 2.
Oh, eat shit, Jeff.
The only reason that happened is because it was a draw. There was no actual win in that match. So
Yeah,
he
it
had
was
to
an
move down
embarrassing. Pretty much my worst showing in MSPH history.
against Art W, a real true warrior. The Goat, who's number 7, Mrs. Money in the Bank. Gorilla Jaw, number 8, because he's the number 1 contender for Jeff's Hardcore TV Championship. Number 9, the $11 trillion man, and number 10, Oh Shitto Sauce.
Wow.
Oh,
the
no.
remaining.
Never mind. I'll say it after. Go ahead.
I was just going to say one more thing. The remaining 5 matches will be revealed next week's episode, and then the full match card and the Zoom link will be posted to Patreon leading up to the event.
Fuck yeah.
I was just going to shout out to everyone in the Puminati who engaged with that Twitter post and helped out my homie Kwame and his Oh Shitto small business voting award thing that we promoted on the podcast recently. We're still awaiting the results. At least that's the latest update I got from Kwame this past weekend. But either way, thanks for the help and the support on that stuff. And Kwame said that as well.
Yeah. So. Shout out to the Puminati. Grab yourself some Oh Shitto sauce. ohshitto.com. It's fucking delicious.
Yeah, it's epic.
Yeah.
It is.
All right, well, Dom, thank you for the announcement. Thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Everybody who's on the Patreon, make sure you listen to new episodes of What the Fuck Did I Just Watch with Shuddy and Dom. New one coming with New York Ninja. It's, I mean, if you're a fan of like goofy, shitty movies, I feel like it's right up there with like Samurai Cop, Troll 2. It is utterly ridiculous and very, very entertaining if you like laughing at shitty B movies. It's a little pricey if you want to get it from Vinegar Syndrome, but I don't know. I think it's worth it.
Yeah,
Definitely worth
the documentary and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. So, and if you're not on the Patreon, you really should listen to Katie and check it out. Just give yourself a month and try it on for size. Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. Tons and tons of stuff. Jeff and I are about to bang out a couple more Dragon Ball queefs. Those will be going up every 2 weeks. Queef or no queef every week. Kevin's Nerd Hole every week. Snack Attacks. What the fuck did I just watch? All scattered in. There's tons of stuff there to check out. And you can also follow us all on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddy Boy.
At Jeffro Records.
At Dominator 311.
And at MSPH Podcast. You can also check the show out on YouTube. YouTube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. I'm pretty backed up on voicemail, so not going to add to that pile and throw the number out again. But we're going to get to them. We're going to clear them all out. And thank you guys all for listening, as always. But we will catch you in just 7 short days. So keep your damn pants on. And until next time, something!